Right, let's see if we are going. Let's have a look. Whoops. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? There we are. Right, okay, so let's get lined up here. That's better. Okay, this time I will try and make sure that when I'm doing my making, that it'll all be actually in the screen. I've changed the camera angle a little bit so you can see a bit better. So we'll just wait a minute, wait for some people to join. Well, I'm going to finish my tea while I do so. So, also going to make some notes. I've got quite a lot to tell you about this evening. So we'll get started with that in just a minute, because at the moment it looks like I am talking to just me. So when you join, just leave me a comment to say hi, so I know who you are and I know who I'm talking to. Who have we got? Hi Maria, welcome. It's just you and me for the moment. I'm just waiting for a few more people to come on board. Here we are. Okay. So as I said, as you join, if you could just leave a comment saying hi, so I know who we've got with us, that would be great. Who have we got? Hi Alison, nice to see you. How are you this evening? Anyway, today is 1st of August. Can you believe it? Where has July gone? I know I was away for a fortnight of it, which helped, but I can't believe that it's August already. It's just crazy. And for me as a demonstrator, what the 1st of August means is that I get the first view of the autumn-winter catalogue that will be released on 1st of September. I've had a look, and yeah, as usual, there's lots to love, and I've had to work very hard to try and restrain myself because I just loved everything. So my thoughts have begun to turn to Christmas, believe it or not. And I've actually started making some Christmas cards recently. So I'm not going to show you them yet, I'm just still playing about. But I've got some exciting stuff coming up to do with Christmas, actually. So first of all, I just want to tell you about some events that are happening. Obviously, I've got my normal monthly card making class tomorrow. It's tomorrow night. So if you're local to Gomshall, Dorking, Guildford, that sort of area, and you'd like to pop along, then by all means, I'd love to have you. Just drop me a line and we'll leave a space free for you. The other event is that I'm starting a new crafting group in Chertsey. So if you're local to Chertsey and you fancy coming along, we're going to have our first meeting. I think it's the 16th of August, but I'll post it up on the Facebook page so you can see. The other one is, and this is definitely a date for your diaries, is on the 16th of September, I'm hosting my an open house, and that's basically to launch the new autumn-winter catalogue. So as usual, there will be copies of the catalogue, goodie bags for everybody, some great make and take projects for you to have a go at, get your hands on the stuff, have a play, go away with some cards ready made. There'll be prize draws, and biggest of all will be my buy one get one free sale. So what I do is all of the stamp sets, punches, dies, other bits and bobs that I'm getting rid of to make room for new stuff, I'll be selling at discount prices. And for every £1 that you spend on my retired stuff, you'll get that money to spend in the catalogue. So, for example, if you bought retired stamp sets from me to a value of £20, then you'd also get £20 to spend in the catalogue. So that's really, really good. So, as I say, put that date in your diary. It's a Saturday, so for those of you who are a little bit further away, that might be an option for you. I'd love to meet some new people. It would be great. Another event that's coming up is in September. I will be doing a special scrapbooking session specifically around babies and children. There's a new kit in the annual catalogue, in the Memories and More kit, which is all about babies. And I know quite a few of my customers have got grandkids or kids on the way. So for that class, it's a Saturday class. And basically the class fee covers the cost of an album, some pocket protector, pages for the album, a set of the Memories and More cards, and everything that you need to basically do a baby book, which kind of... Evening, Anne, good to see you. Yeah, 1 hour tonight, not 3. So yes, if you have grandkids or kids or friends who've had babies, this is a great way to do it, where essentially we'll be making up a book that covers the first year of their life, some of the big milestones. So it'd be a great keepsake to have. So come along for that. Again, I'll post this up on my Facebook page and on my website. The other one is, talking of Christmas, is I know that doing all your Christmas cards can be really quite a chore and quite hard to get your head round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some, alongside my normal card making classes, I'm going to run some specifically Christmas card making classes, a series of 3 of them. And here's where I want you guys to help me out, because I'm thinking of also doing them as an online class, where basically you can purchase all of the supplies and I'll provide you with a PDF of the instructions and a video showing you how to make the cards. So basically it all gets sent in the post to you and you can make probably 12 cards of a couple of different designs. So I'd love to hear if you guys thought that'd be something that you'd be interested in. And if that's the case, if there's interest, then I'll definitely go ahead and do that. It will probably feature a specific stamp set for each class. So over the 3 classes, there would be 3 different stamp sets that we cover. Also recently, I've introduced a new, I don't know what the word is, not product, but a new service to you guys. And that's around paper and cardstock. We've got lots of fabulous colours, 48 in all, and I know for a lot of you that, you know, buying an entire ream, i.e. 24 sheets of a single colour, it's not really for you, because you're highly unlikely to do that, and you'd really like to just build a range of your collection. And while Stampin' Up, I've got some mixed paper packs, usually with 3 colours in. What I've done for my customers local to me for a long time now is basically the facility to pay for a single pack of paper and then pick 24 sheets in any combination of colours that you like. So you could have, you know, 1 each of 24 colours, whatever way you want to do it. So I've introduced that now online. So there's a link here on my Facebook page. You can find it on my website. And basically you just pay me £7.25 by PayPal plus postage, and you tell me which combination of colours you want, and I'll send it to you. So it's a great way of just, you know, building up the breadth of your colour collection without having to invest in tons and tons and tons of paper packs. So I'm really excited about that. I sent out my newsletter the other evening, so I hope you got that. If you're not on my mailing list and you'd like to be on my mailing list, then leave me a comment. And I'll get that out to you. As I say, the Christmas catalogue will be released on 1st of September. but I will be sending catalogues out in the next fortnight to anyone who's ordered from me in the last, probably in the last 9 months or so. So if you've placed an order with me since January of this year, you'll automatically get a catalogue from me in the post. If you haven't and you'd like a catalogue, again, just leave a comment letting me know, and I'll be in touch and I'll get one in the post to you. And you should be receiving those towards the end of August, in plenty of time to get your wish list together before it officially launches on 1st of September. Any more announcements? Oh yes, if you ordered from me during July, thank you very much. And you should have received an email from Stampin' Up with your bonus days code for your £4.50 off. So make sure to use that on your orders during August. It's only valid during August, so don't miss out. That £4.50 would be coming very useful. And anything else? Yes, as I say, great to hear your comments. Want to hear from you, and what I'd also like you to do, if you wouldn't mind, is if you wouldn't mind sharing this video with your friends and family and what have you, I'd really appreciate it. Leave me a comment to say that you've shared, and because that means that when you share it, you get 2 entries into the prize draw, and when you comment, you get an entry into the prize draw. The prize this week is let me just get it. It's this stamp set here, pun intended. So as I say, share this post to get 2 entries, leave a comment to get 1 entry, and I'll draw that at next week's Facebook Live session. Right, so I think that's all of the admin for now. Yeah, I think so. So let's get on to some crafting, which is why we're here really. So let's see, what shall we start with? Oh, first of all, I want to show you, I don't know if you've seen the video, I made a little video during the week, or last week I think it was, about tying bows. And these were the 2 cards that I made, and I just wanted to show them to you because I'm quite pleased with them. I quite like the colour scheme. If you want to know how to make the cards, then just visit my blog, and I've got a blog post just showing you what to do. But I'm loving circles. I think we did a card the other week that's got circles in it, and I just love how with exactly the same image here, which is from the Wood Texture stamp set, you can get a really different look just by using different colours. Fantastic. Right, so on to our cards for tonight. So starting this evening, I'm going to start with a simple one, and I've been wanting to show you this one for a while. This is using the fabulous Daisy Punch, but it's not been available until recently. It was unbelievably popular, just ridiculously popular. They sold about 5 years worth of punches just in about a couple of weeks when this one came out. So I've been waiting for them. Now that it's available, I can show you. So if you like it, you can order it. So this is really, really, really simple, straightforward card. All we've got is a standard card base, folded in half and scored. Okay, and then I've cut a 1-inch strip from the Daisy Delight, I think it's Daisy Delight Designer Series paper. Okay, and I'm just going to adhere that onto the front of my card. This is a great way to get the most out of your paper. You can use up just little odd scraps, or out of a single 12 by 12 sheet, imagine how many of these cards you could get just using a 1-inch strip each time. So great for making lots and lots of cards. So the trick here is to get it straight. So I'm going to do my level best to do that. And in actual fact, I'm going to bring in my grid paper because that helps me to line up my paper. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to trim the side here. When I'm trimming excess on my cards, I always trim from the back because I can see what I'm doing then. I can use the card base as my guide. So I get a nice clean cut. Alright. Then I'm actually going to step this one up a little bit. I'm going to add some ribbon to it. So I'm going to add this gorgeous Daisy Delight double-sided ribbon. That's got crosses on one side and lines on the other. And here's a quick tip for adhering ribbon to a card. Okay, I'm not going to tie a bow, I'm just going to make a strip of ribbon. So what I like to do is just get some double-sided tape and adhere it like so. And I'm going to stick a little bit down this side as well. Okay. And then when I peel it off, all I've got to do is just lay my ribbon down where I want it. And it holds it all the way across. And then we just trim it at either end. Got a little bit of glue there. And trim it there. Nice and straight. Means you don't have to try and attach it round the back, because I'm attaching it straight to the card front, so don't really want ribbon poking out on the inside of my card. It's a bit untidy. So we'll do the same again here. Just pop your ribbon on. There we go. There we are. Lovely. Okay, so next is this lovely flower. So this is where I'm going to bring in the Daisy Delight stamp set, and we've got this lovely big daisy image here. Okay, and then we also want the center. Okay, let's bring in our punch. So all we're going to do is we're going to take some Night of Navy ink. I'm just going to move down a little so you can see me. Okay, and I'm just going to punch 2 of the flowers. Now, a quick tip for you: when you're stamping the flowers to punch out, if you make sure that you've got some of the petals lined straight up, like so, it will make it much easier when it comes to punching your flowers out. Okay, so just going to punch 2 of these. There we go. And I'm going to bring in our punch, and as you can see, we'll just line it up like so and pop it out. Okay. And do the same for this one. Get it lined up. There we go. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Daffodil Delight ink, and we're going to do the center. So we'll take this little center image here, dab it, and then what we'll do is I stamp it, and then I just go around it a little bit. You see that? Stamp, and then just go over it again a little bit, just to fill it out slightly. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Wink of Stella on these, and that does one of 2 things. One, obviously, it gives it sparkle. But secondly, what it does is, can you see, it blends the colour a little bit, which I kind of like. Can you see that? I'll just finish one and then show you. So it's something you've got to be careful with when you're using your Wink of Stella pen, is that it will pick up the colour and gives you like a watercoloured, you see that? Gives you like a watercoloured effect. Hi Michaela, good to have you. Manchester, wow. Actually, it'd be interesting to know where people are from, how far away you are. Because I'm not sure. Are any of you local to Dorking, Guildford, Surrey way, or are you all much further away? Right, so we'll just carry on with this. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is just quickly wipe it off on the side, because I want to go over the yellow, but I don't want to bring the navy in. Alright, so that's that. I'm going to leave that for 1 second, because I've got another step I want to do on that one, and I just want to make sure it's completely dry, otherwise I'll get ink on my fingers. So then I'm going to bring in the Happy Birthday Gorgeous stamp set for I love the happy birthday sentiment in this. It's absolutely beautiful. It's showing up on way too many of my cards. I've got to try and use something different. And on this one, instead of the navy that I've used already, I'm going to see how it looks stamped in Daffodil Delight. Oh, hi Lou from Lynn. Where's Lynn? Lou? Whereabouts is that? Right, so let's see how the yellow looks. So we'll just line it up here. I'll even try and get it straight. There we go. Right, see I've got a little bit of glue on there, but I can fix that in just 1 second. Right, so let's go back to our flowers. Now, I want to give my flower a bit of dimension. I don't want it to be flat on the page, so I'm going to take my bone folder and gently, do this very gently because these petals are, you can see they're quite thin and easily torn. So I'm just going to quickly just go around them like this to give them a bit of curl. You don't need to pull hard. It's a bit like if you ever curl ribbon with your scissors, sort of the same thing, okay? And then we'll just wiggle them a little bit so that they're not only sticking up. I like to do this with flowers and leaves. It just gives them, as I say, a little bit of dimension, make them look a little bit more natural. If that's the right word for a paper flower, I don't know. Okay, so we'll just keep going round. Okay, so then we've got some nice petals. Then we'll just take a glue dot and simply place one on top of the other, offsetting the petals. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. And again, you could cut this out of all sorts of colour card, all sorts of different colour combinations. You could make various different... Oh, Lou, I'm so sorry to hear that Doreen can't get on the internet. She was talking to me about tonight earlier. Oh, well, hopefully she'll be able to catch it, because obviously it'll record. So when we're finished, hopefully she'll be able to get on. I didn't realise she was your mum. Right, here we go. And just pop that on with a glue dot. Look at that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these are our Colour Theory enamel dots, but can you see it? I love the fact that we've got like an ombre effect here. So we've got the green, the pink, the yellow and the blue. And I think I'm going to stick with the yellow. But the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up my little doodah up here. And then just place them randomly. Put one down here. There we go. So, let's move this out. So there we have it. We've got two different cards. Let me know which one you prefer. Do you prefer the one with the ribbon or the one without? Let me know what you think. We'll have a vote, see which one wins. Okay, so that's a really, really simple card, and as you can see, with the combination of the stamp set and the punch, you can really just go to town on your flowers. It's fantastic. Alrighty, so that's that one. Let's just clear this stuff away. The next card I'm going to show you, it's a little bit more complicated, but it's not as complicated as you might think. Let me show you. It's the ribbon, Michaela. Yeah, I think I like the ribbon too. It's always hard to tell. It's always nice to have other people with their opinions. It's amazing how different people's opinions are. But anyway, here's this particular card, which I saw another demonstrator in America do, which is this gorgeous cut. Can you see? You've got it raised up here and just this diagonal cut. And I've seen these on the internet, and I've seen them on Pinterest. Where else do we look for our ideas? And I really liked it, but I thought, well, how on earth do you actually do that? And then we saw the tutorial. So I'm going to go over it with you and show you how it works. But I'm going to change it up a bit. And the reason why is I want to show you something, which is this uses the Oh So Eclectic stamp set, which I've used before on other projects, and it coordinates with this with the Oh So Eclectic die set, which again cuts out some fantastic images. You've got the flower here and the leaves and stuff. But it also has these diamonds in here. Can you see that? And they coordinate with another stamp set, which is this one called You're Priceless. And I really like this. I actually really like the sentiments in this, particularly the without pressure, there are no diamonds. I think that's a great sentiment. That'd be great for someone who's doing an exam or something like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, instead of using the oh so eclectic images, I'm going to use this stamp set instead. So we've got our, I've just cut the pieces in advance. So we've just got a standard card base. And then what we do is we just cut another piece exactly the same. So what we've got here is, try and remember my measurements, it's 10.5 inches by 14.5 inches. Centimeters, not inches, centimeters. Okay? And then I've taken another piece of paper from the same paper pack as this, which is, again, goes with the oh so eclectic. Oh, thanks, Michaela. I love this. This is like fresh fig and lemon lime twist. It's just really beautiful. But this is from the same pack, and I'm going to use this side, which is a slightly lighter color. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach this bit to my card base. Okay. Just pop that on. There we go. Okay, so now comes the tricky bit, but it's not actually that tricky. So now I'm going to create this bit here. And what we do is, I'll take my trimmer in, is basically we trim our piece here to cut away this bit that we don't want any longer. So what I find helpful to do, I'll get my ruler, find it. There's always one thing that I've forgotten to have ready, but let's see. It's not essential, so I'll just use a little piece of cardstock. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to have basically a gap kind of going like this across my image. So I'm going to just cut the pieces that I want. So I'm just going to mark it with pencil first, because that means then if I don't like it, I can just rub it out and draw it again. And you could, if you wanted to, do yourself a template for this, but you could just wing it, which is what I tend to do with stuff. So I don't want too big a gap at the top here, just a tad, and then I'm going to just draw myself a line. So can you see that? So what's going to happen is this is the bit that's going to show this card, this paper through. So what I'm going to do is on my trimmer, I'm just going to line it up. In this bit here, this center groove is where the cutter is. So you can line your pencil mark up. Don't know if you can see that. Am I in shot? Yeah. So you can line your pencil mark up top and bottom with the groove. Okay, and then just take this piece. Okay. And that's going to go like that, right? And then we'll do the same with the other piece. So we just line it up. And again, with something like this, don't worry about being too exact. It's not an exact science. It's just whatever's pleasing to the eye. Okay, so we don't need this bit, but we do need this bit. We can put away our trimmer. Alright, and this card, I'm actually going to change the orientation of it as well. I'm going to do it landscape. So what we have now is this. Okay, and I've just realized that my card base is a little bit big, so I'm just going to trim the end off here. Just bear with me 1 second. I like to use my guillotine for trimming my cardstock. Gives me a really clean cut, especially when I'm cutting through multiple layers. So that's better. This is what I want. Okay, can you see that? So now, now what we want to do is we want to stamp on this bit, and I'm going to use the Shine Bright Like a Diamond image, and I'm going to stamp this in black, which is here. Okay, so bring in my, I've got my Stampin' mat here, just, there we go. I like to use the stamping mat underneath my photopolymer stamps because it just gives you a bit of extra cushioning. Right, so here we are. Shine bright like a diamond. Let's line it up here. When you're stamping with your black archival ink, this is not as juicy. It's a different formulation of ink to the others, so you just need to press it for a little bit longer in order to get a nice image there. Okay. So next, we're going to pop this layer, pop these layers up, and what I'm going to use are our foam strips. So rather than putting a million pop-ups, dimensionals, whatever you call it, on the back of here, we've got these great little strips, and the other thing they do is they just make it nice and neat. So all we do is just, there we go, trim, trim. I'm going to put that one there because I want, this is the edge that's going to show, so I want a nice clean clean strip that goes all the way across. There we go. Don't put it too close to the edge because you don't really want it to show. Okay, so this is what we've got, and now on this side I've got another small piece, so I'll do that. Okay, put that one there. Bring in another one. These are also great for doing shaker cards. You'll have seen me use them before for shaker cards, actually. Like I say, it saves using a million dimensionals. Okay, so there, let me just pop that back on there. So now we have our panels. So we'll bring back in our card. Okay, this is what we have. So now we just stick it down. Easy peasy. Easy, easy, easy. Just line it up. Hang on, make sure I've got my card the right way around first. How many times have we done that, eh? Stuck something down on our cards and realise it's upside down or back to front or whatever. So, here we go. There we are. All right. So now, oh, I forgot a step. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Let me see. Let me see. Do you know, I was sticking this down and I was thinking, is there another step I should have been doing? Let's see if I can get it off. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Let's see if we can work it on this side as well. There we go. Let's see, almost. Phew. Alrighty. Oh dear, oh dear. There's always a way around it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is going to be the tricky bit now. It's really testing my skills. I'm going to take my trimmer because I only want a tiny little bit, and that's exactly what I'm just going to trim. A sliver. That's all I want, and that's all that will fit where I've put my. There we go. All right, let's see if I can rescue this one. Okay. So let's get some glue and just put some right along the edge here. There we go. So, what you should have done was attached this strip before you put your sticky strip on, if you hadn't figured that out already. Okay, so then I'm just going to trim it down here, and I'm going to do the same here. There we go. So that's that piece. Okay, so let's pop that back down. Yep. Alright, now let's try this one. This one's going to be a little bit trickier because I have put this quite close to the edge. So let's see. No, that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do instead is that. It's not ideal, but let's see if we can rescue it. Okay, this is what I call a creative opportunity. I'm sure we've all had them in our card making lives. There we go. Okay, so let's see. There. I'm not terribly happy with that, but it will have to do. It will have to do. So now what I've got is, this is what I really wanted to show you is, I'm going to get some black, is these dies, the diamonds. I've used glimmer paper to cut these out. Look at this. Look at the sparkle that you get in that. Running a black marker, that's a good idea, Anne. That's a really good idea. Fantastic. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. Because I want to put that there, and I'm going to cut this bit in black. If I can't find it already, yeah. So bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to cut out a little black bit. There we go. Almost gone. Nearly there. Don't go away. Just trying to line this up correctly. Here we go. It's quite hard on black, but we'll do it. Okay, here we go. There we are. That's what I'm after. So this is what I'm after. It's the black one, because what I want to do is stick that onto the white. Okay, so I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen for this, especially as when you're sticking onto glimmer paper, it takes a little bit. Oh dear, I think it's going to be one of those nights tonight, ladies. Do you ever have a card that just won't cooperate? My glue's not coming out. Never mind. We shall persevere. There we go. Okay, let's try again. No, okay. So I'm going to improvise and be very gentle with my other glue. Okay. I like the fine tip glue pen because when the glue comes out, you don't get big blobs, you get tiny little blobs, which makes this a lot easier. But anyway, all right. So then we just attach that on top of the glimmer. Give it a press. I'm going to leave that for 1 second. So that's going to go there. This one's going to go here. And then I'm going to get my my rhinestones while I wait for that to dry. And then basically bling this one up. There we go. Some different sizes around. Put some in there. No. Open up here. There we go. Okay, so now for this one, I'm going to take a little bit of my adhesive here. Oh, Lou, you've got a happy mum. She's online, is she? Oh, good, good. I'm glad. Right, so let's just pop a little bit of this on either side, like so. That's where I want to stick it. Yeah, I'm going to put a tiny bit at the bottom. Here we are. Okay, there we go. Peel it off. Oops. All right, so we'll pop that one there. And then this one again with my glue. I don't need it all over because I'm just going to attach it on one side. So I'm just going to put it here. I'm just going to slide it under here like this. Okay. And there we have it. After a bit of a struggle, we got there in the end. So there we go. So again, let me know, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer this one with the flowers or this one with the diamonds? I'm not sure. I think I like the first one actually. But interested to hear what you've got to say. Right. Thank you very much for that one. Let's clear up a little bit because I've made quite a mess making that one. Right, so let's clear some space. Move my tea out of the way. Put my glue away. Right, so what are we going to do next? I think the next one I'm going to do an easy one because I need it. Alright, this one here. So simple. And it uses a background stamp that we have. I don't know if any of you have ever used a background stamp before, but basically they're a really large stamp designed to cover an entire card front, and I love this marble. You like them both, Anne? Thank you. Which one, Michaela? The blue one or the flowery one? Okay. So yeah, I love this marble effect, and I'm having lots of fun. There's lots of ideas floating around in my mind. I think this will look great using the baby wipe technique. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that. I might do a tutorial on it. But for today, I'm just going to do it tone on tone. So basically stamping the flowery one, Michaela, yeah, I think I agree with you, is basically just stamping with the same ink colour onto the same cardstock. So what I've got here is I've got some Melon Mambo, and I've just stamped on it with Melon Mambo ink. Doesn't it look fab? Wouldn't it make great ice cream or all sorts of stuff? I'm going to have lots and lots of fun with this one. So the colours I've used here is Melon Mambo and Lemon Lime Twist. But for the card we're making, I'm going to swap it round and see how it goes. So when you're using your background stamps, you'll see that they're quite large. Okay, and whilst you can get a block, well, not that one, you can get a block, a clear block that will fit it. They do come wood mounted, but actually with these stamps you don't need a block at all. So I wouldn't pay the extra for a wood mount one. I would just get this one, and I'm going to show you just now how to use it. Okay, so let me bring back my paper. So what you do is take your stamp and then just ink it up all over. So normally I bring the stamp to the ink pad, but when you're doing a really big stamp, it's always best to bring the ink pad to the stamp, because you can see what you're doing, you get a lot better coverage. Okay, so there we go, we've got that inked up nicely. And now I've got my lemon lime twist cardstock, and all I'm going to do is just lay it down like so, and I'm going to take my clear block here, you can use anything, and I'm just going to use it to just rub. Just watch for inky fingers, because you've got some edges showing here. Okay, I'm just going to rub all over, and when I pick it up, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That's beautiful. I love that. Love, 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 love. And then the rest of it is just super duper simple. I've got a small strip of Melon Mumbo, and then I've die cut a small circle and out of white and a scallop circle out of black. So I've used my layering circles and dies. Always come in handy. Okay, so for the greeting, I'm going to use the Garden in Bloom stamp set. Okay, so we're going to say, so I hope you're feeling special today, because that's what you are. And we're going to stamp this in black. So let's bring in my black ink pad, which is here. Alright. Yeah, Michaela, I saw this stamp set in the catalogue, and it's been on my list, and you can see it just gives a stunning effect. Could you imagine if you did that, like say in white, and heat embossed it, or you could put it on there and then do emboss resist? There's just so much you could do with it. I'm really looking forward to having a really good play with that one. Okay, and then, because that's just what you are on here. Okay, yep, and then we're going to do the little flower. So there's a bit of two-step stamping here. So we've got a solid flower, and we've got the outline, and I also want the leaves, which are here. Okay, so we're going to do the solid image first in Melon Mumbo, exactly the same colours. I'm going to stamp off first, because I want the solid image to be a bit lighter, and then there, and then I'm going to use the outline image. And can you see they've got little tags, so that helps you to see which way they should point. Or you could just look at it and see. There we go. And then I'm going to use the lemon lime twist to do the leaves. Like so. Look at that. Cute, cute, cute. Right, close up my ink pads, put my stamps away, and then all we do, some glue on the back of the white circle, layered onto the black, some dimensionals on the back here. Don't want my small ones, I want my regular sized ones. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick this one down with some glue, and again just around the center. I wonder actually, yes, I'm going to do it this way on this one. Let's do it different. Okay, Move it up a bit. There we go. Put that on there, like so. And then I'm going to add, where have I put them? Some of our white accents. Ah, here they are. So a bit like the other ones. These aren't glittery. These are just plain white. So I'm just going to add a few here and there. Give it a bit of a... Oop. I've managed to pick up... Ah, that belongs to that one. Oop. No, that's not worked. Let's pop... I've managed to just pull it apart, basically, is what I've done there. Okay, and then we'll put one there. And then, final touch. This one needs Wink of Stella on here. So I'm just going to put some Wink of Stella on the flower. Oop, take that off. There we go. Just be careful that you don't drag the black ink, okay? And then I'm going to spritz my Wink of Stella. So, put a bit more ink in here. When you're squeezing your Wink of Stella, never, ever, 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 ever do it over your project. Because the number of times I've gotten a big fat splodge is just not funny. Okay. Here we go, that's it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on camera, but I'll try. So there we go. Can you see the shimmer on there? Love it. Love it. So there you go. That was easy peasy, and I didn't mess it up as well, which made it even better. So there we go. Again, exact same stuff. What's the word? Materials. Supplies, that's the word, but different. So I think I'm going to be using this background stamp set, marbled it's called, quite a lot. As I'm looking at it, I'm thinking you could do it, you could use white craft ink and it would give a lovely sort of snowy effect, just thinking about Christmas, all sorts of stuff. So again, let me know which you prefer, green or pink. Green or pink. Right, where are we at? Do we have time for one more? Yeah, go on then. Let's do one more. So this one here is using the stamp set we used earlier, the Happy Birthday Gorgeous. Again, this is one of those sets that just has got so much in it. It's got so many different fantastic sentiments and different images. Just the possibilities with this are really endless, and it's a really good investment. But as usual, I'm going to change the color scheme up a little bit. So this is a really bright, colorful card, but for this one I'm going to go for something a little bit more muted, just to give it a different look. So I'm starting with a crumb cake base, and this is basically a 13-inch square. So it's 13 centimeter square. So it's 13 by 26 scored and folded in half. Okay, and then I have a 12 centimeter panel in black, and then an 11 centimeter panel in very vanilla. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some background stamping. Again, some of that tone-on-tone stamping that we were doing a little bit earlier on. Just gives, as I say, just a little bit of extra texture and interest to your cards. So I'm using crumb cake on crumb cake, and I'm taking the outline image. I'll bring my back in because I want to go off the edge. And I'm just going to stamp all around the edge, like so. Random. You can see I'm not being at all careful about where I'm placing these, bearing in mind that most of it's going to get covered up. Okay, I'm just going to put one more there. Alright, then we take our black, and this is going to go on dimensionals, so let me just grab them. They're here. Okay, I'm going to use my edge pieces. So. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can put those two to one side for the moment. And now we're going to do our stamping. So I'm going to stamp my image in black. So let's get my happy birthday back, which was here. And I stamp the image, stamp the sentiment first, because then that gives you something to go around. Okay, when you're doing your flowers, you'll see what I mean in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the center. All right, and then the colors I'm going to use for this are Pear Pizzazz, So Saffron, Powder Pink and Soft Sky. So really, really different kind of colors. So I'm going to start with my leaves. Okay, so let's take, I'm going to use this image. Okay, and what I'm going to do is use this to just give me, you can see this image is slightly curved. Okay, now I don't want a full circle because I want flowers, so I'm just going to, like so. Okay, one there, we'll put one there. Okay, so it doesn't have to be precise, and in fact it's not precise. So we're going to bring back this the same image that we used for the background and the coordinating solid image. Small. Okay, so we're going to use these two, and then we also have a smaller version of that flower, which is this one here. All right, now any of you who've seen me talk about doing backgrounds before, like we did last week, remember what we do is we do our big images first and then fill in with our smaller images. So I'm going to start with some soft sky, and I'm just going to stamp some in blue in soft sky, and then I'm going to go over with my solid, like so. There we go. I should really have stamped off on that one, but never mind. Okay, and then we're going to do some pink also. So for this one, let's stamp off first for our solid. Put that one there. And when working with these colors, because they're so light, take good care to make sure your stamps are clean before you use them. There we go. Okay, because otherwise you'll get a lot of color transferring, which you really don't want. Now, I don't really like that, so I'm going to go get another blue. I'm going to get some Marina Mist and take that solid image. I'm going to stamp over it. Let's try and get it right. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that looks much better, doesn't it? Okay, so then I'm going to take my smaller images. And we're going to fill in again, going around. I'm going to start with some yellow this time. This is So Saffron, which again is lighter, so I'm going to stamp off first and just create some groups of flowers here. All right, and then we'll do some, what have we got here? Let's do some pink. Again, stamping off, pink one here, pink one here. There we go. Okay, and then we'll take our soft sky. think, yeah, and then we'll put one here. Okay, and then we've got our solid image. So on the soft sky, I'm going to use my Marina Mist. There we go. That's it. And then the saffron, we'll just go in over the top. Here we go. Right, and then got some, do the pink. Again, we'll just go in over the top on that one. There we go. Okay, and then what we can do is I'm going to take this little image here, and I'm going to just add and fill in a little bit with this one. Okay, whoops, sorry, let's bump the camera there. So I'm going to take my Pear Pizzazz again. No, that's not Pear Pizzazz. Okay, and I don't want all of this image, I just want the top, so I'm just going to stamp that bit. Can you see that on my in frame there? I'm just going to stamp the corner of it so I don't have it all linked up, and just use it to fill it out a little bit. There we go. That. Okay, and then I think I'm going to do a few more blue flowers, just to fill it out a little bit. So I'm going to put blue one here, and a blue one here, and I'm going to add a blue one here, and I'm going to add, yeah, I think I'll leave it like that. Sometimes with these you can keep on going and it just looks a bit rubbish, so know when to stop. Michaela, the darker blue is Marina Mist. There it is there. It's really nice. It's like it's sort of a mid blue. It's quite good. Sometimes the soft sky can be a bit on the light side. Okay, so now we've got our flowers. Now, of course, we need some Stella. So I'm going to do each individual colour first, so I can make sure I don't have colours transferring. So do all the blues, then all the pinks, and then all the yellows. Okay, there we go. And then I used rhinestones on the last one, but I think this one, pearls might work a bit better. I can find some. Sure, I have some pearls here. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to add some pearls to the centers of some of these flowers. Here we go. Oop. Small one there. Whoop. Doesn't want to stick. Let me get my scissors. There, that's better. In fact, I don't like that big one on there. It's too much. I'm going to stick with the small ones. And then put this one on here. And then I've got some really small ones that I'm going to put in the centers of the tiny flowers. Here we go. Great way to use up your pearls. As if we needed an excuse. Okay, so nearly there. I find using the tip of the scissors like this is much easier than trying to fiddle about with fingernails and what have you. There we go. Alright, so then I'm just going to pop some glue on the back here. Okay, attach it to our black panel. Okay, and then attach it here. Oh, that looks very different, doesn't it? Now, decision time. Let's see if you guys can help me out. I've got crumb cake ribbon, or I've got soft sky ribbon, and I don't know which one to do. What do you guys think? Crumb cake or soft sky? Any preferences? Thanks, Anne. Do you like this one? It's a little bit different. I think the others were all quite bright, whereas this is a bit more muted. So yeah, crumb cake or soft sky, what do people think? What do I think? I'm veering towards crumb cake. Let's see what people think. Any takers? I know there's a bit of a delay, so I'll wait for 1 second. But in the meantime, I'm going to tie a bow on one of them, and then if you choose the other colour, I'll do it. So for those of you who missed the video that I did, crumb cake, Amy, should have known you'd like that one. Right, so let's have a look at crumb cake. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly show you what I did in my video on how to tie a bow, okay? So first of all, make sure you've got plenty of ribbon. I know we don't like to waste our ribbon, but it's best to give yourself room to work with, okay? So simply create a loop on one side. Let me make sure I'm in the right place. There. Create a loop and then create another loop. The key is to make sure that it's not twisted down here. Okay. And then all you do is cross one over the other like this. Feed it through. Feed the loop through and then pull. You see that? And then all you need to do is just pull the tails to adjust for the size that you want, and then pull tight. When you're adjusting, make sure to pinch the knot in the center. There we go. Okay? And then just trim. So this is the crumb cake. There we go. Glue dot. On the corner, fluff it up a bit, and then dimensionals. Whoop. Just realised it's getting dark now. When I first started doing these, it was light right the way through till I'm finished. And now I'm finding it's dark. I hope the light is okay for you guys. Do let me know. Oh, and there's one more thing. One more thing that we need for this one. We're going to do a little bit of spritzing. So I'm going to take my crumb cake marker. And again, take the lid. And just flick the brush tip through it. Ah, yes. That's it. There we go. Terrier... Oh, Terry's watching from Spain. Well done. You guys look like you've been having a really, really good time out there. Weather looks fab. So there we go. So again, exact same layout, not exact same supplies, same layout, just different colours. Two completely different looks. And there we go. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you for watching. Sorry about the bit of slight disaster. With the diamond card earlier on, but let me just bring back in the cards that we actually made. So we have that one, that one, that one, and ooh, where's the? Here we are, and this one. So there we go. So thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what your favourite is, and as I said earlier, please share this video. I'd love it. Just get the word out there. If you have shared, because I can't see who's shared it, just leave a little comment saying shared. That'd be brilliant. And I'll do the draw next week for the pun intended stamp set. So if you share the video, you get 2 entries, and any comments will get a single entry. And like I said, I'll draw it next week. Okay, thanks again, and talk to you soon. Bye.